everyone. Today we're going to be doing this adorable bunny and this beautiful cross with some spring foliage. And we can't have a bunny without a cute fluffy tail. And today we aren't going to be using our trusted Sharpie. No, we're going to let our Sharpie take a rest. And we are actually going to be using pencils today. So I have my pencil. Make sure you have an extra eraser or a really good eraser. And I just have some of my favorite colored pencils here, either Prismacolor, few Crayolas, whatever. Use whatever you have, whatever you like, and we're going to go ahead and get started. You just need a regular piece of paper, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started, get it ready to go here. And then I'm going to clip it on. We're going to go ahead and start drawing. Now I want to make sure that I'm starting in the middle of my paper. So find the middle of your paper here. And you want to start with a wide, deep U shape. A wide, deep U shape. This is the body of my bunny. After I do that, I want to start in the front with a oval shape that's going to come up and around to my body, which is going to be a little paw that holds onto that cross. And then I'm going to bring up a curve to a slight point. So just a curve to a slight point. I'm going to bring that up and over, like making a hill. So my bunny's kind of gazing up at the flowers, gazing up at the cross. And then I'm going to do two ovals that lay on top of each other that will be our ears today. So one coming out, I'm going to pull it around and bring it up ever so slightly. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the one below it. And then lastly, I just need to bring this line up to the back of my bunny's head right here. So now I have a bunny body. I need a little bunny foot, another oval into the body. I've got a little foot here. I want a little fluffy tail. Make yours a little bit bigger if you want. And then I want to focus on a couple features of my bunny. I want to make a little nose and a little eye, a little eyebrow here. All right, now I'm going to focus on my cross. My cross is going to go right where my paw is. That's going to be just a line that's just going to go straight down. So if you feel more confident using a ruler, you can. I'm just going to sketch this line all the way down so my bunny's foot is in front of it. My paw is right on top of the edge. I'm going to bring it all the way up to a little bit above my nose. And then before I move on, I want to do one more little paw. And that's going to be right above this paw. And it's just going to be like a backward C shape. So my bunny's giving the cross a hug. And I want to go ahead and erase this line. So it looks like that's part of my bunny. And I'm giving my cross a hug here. I'm going to bring out my cross, and instead of making my cross really sharp with sharp edges, I'm going to round my cross today. I'm just going to go up, just kind of soften those edges. And I said I was going to make some foliage as well, so I want to add those elements in there. So this side looks a little bit curved, a little bit more curved than that side, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And then the top of my cross as well. Now we're going to lose some of these lines here because we're going to be putting that foliage in there. So I'm going to just go ahead and kind of erase these corner bits. And I think right here in this left-hand corner, I'm going to pull up a leaf shape. And then I'm going to make a big rose. And my rose is going to start out as the number 6. Weird, but it works. So I'm going to draw the number 6. And then I'm going to draw a line around the number 6. So now it's like a rose. I can do more leaves if I want. I think I'm going to bring down one right here. Some lines. I could add another little leaf here, erasing any of those lines that I don't quite love. One of my favorite parts is adding maybe some other little flowers here. And I could always add some circles that look like maybe berries. You can bring down some lines and they can have little leaves on them if you want. Just kind of create those how you want. So you just bring a curve up to a point and then bring it back down to that original line. And then you can fill those in with your colored pencils. And we really want the center to be really filled with lots of greenery. So go ahead and make sure you add all of those elements you want. Add a few more of those roses. Remember, start with the 6, go around, and then you get to color those in. So that is pretty much done as far as our sketch. Now, what we want to do is we want to use our colored pencils today to add some really nice elements. And I definitely want to, excuse me, color in my eye here, get that first part done. Again, it gives our art piece its own little flair. You can give your bunny a little smile if you want. You don't have to. And I'm going to go ahead and come around the edge of my lines of my bunny, and I'm going to outline my bunny with this pink, cute little pink nose. So basically this is just the outline if I was using that Sharpie, what I would be using with my Sharpie. Now if you really love the permanent marker technique, go ahead and use that. You don't have to always use the exact same thing that I'm using. You can definitely play with different elements. Putting a couple little lines in my paw here. Let me move that a little bit closer. My little foot. And then my tail will not be outlined with my pink because that would be silly. It's not a pink tail, it's a white tail, unless you want a pink tail. And I'm just going to lightly, very softly color in a little bit around the edges of my bunny here. my bunny some expression. And then I want to do the same type of thing with my cross, except I'm going to color in my whole cross. And I have like a terracotta color. It's kind of a reddish brown. So I'm going to do that in just a second. And then you get to think about what colors you want to color in your foliage. What are some of your favorite Easter colors? Do you like more pastels or do you like bright colors? What are some of your favorite colors? Go ahead and pick those out. So I have mine right here. I'm just going to outline this cross, and I'm really going to use a lot of strength with my hand when I'm outlining my cross. I really want it to be nice and vibrant and really stands out. Right here where my bunny's hand kind of grasps it, I'm also going to do an outline here. It creates some depth in our art when we do that. And again, like I said, if you want to use crayons, if you want to use markers, if you want to use paints, you can do that. I'm just using colored pencils today, something a little bit different, something we're not quite used to when I'm doing the classes. So just using a different medium today. I kind of like the softness that the colored pencils offer. I'm just going to color in these edges. And then I'm going to finish with my foliage and my flowers that I've created. Again, I'm outlining a lot of these right here, so it helps make the things that I made for the foliage pop even more too. And one more line right here, right by the tummy of our bunny. And then I'm just going to lightly color that in. And you don't have to do it like this. This is just what I'm doing today. And I'm not being too intense with my coloring, so there'll be some white. I'm not completely filling up the cross. I'm leaving some white parts. So it kind of looks maybe a little bit aged. You can turn this into a really pretty art piece. You could even turn this into a nice Easter card. Maybe there's somebody that you want to think about, remember, over Easter. Definitely like making sure we remember people who are maybe in care homes or facilities that can't come and visit us, or we can't see them. That's one thing that we can definitely think about. That's always nice. Or just to someone that we are close to, a just because card is always nice as well. So I have a white colored pencil here too. I'm going to kind of come around this and add some white elements, but I'm also going to be pushing on that pencil mark I made and kind of smearing that pencil mark, and that'll kind of give my tail some depth. And last but not least, I want to go ahead and do some of the things with my flowers here. I made that big rose in the center. I'm going to go ahead and use that still Again, I'm just going over my pencil lines. Now, again, like I said, if you don't want to use colored pencils, go ahead and use your favorite medium. Just kind of fun and different. And where did that pink go? There it is. I'm going to go ahead and add some pink into this. It was supposed to be more red. It turned out kind of orange. So I'm just going to layer this pink on top of this first color I had. Just make it pop a little bit more. And I'm going to do kind of the same thing with my green. This is a really light green. I wasn't anticipating it to be this light, but it works, so it's okay. And if you only have like one color of green, you can always use a strong hand to create more color, or a light hand and just lightly color in that space, and then it can change the strength of that color. So that's a little bit lighter, that's a little bit lighter than those right there. So I'm going to make these ones really dark and pop, whereas that's a little bit lighter. I'm going to do this one a little bit lighter as well, and more intense pieces right here. All right, last little bit. Anything you want to finish? And then you can kind of, if you want to come in and color your bunny a little bit more, you can. I'm going to add some more pink. It looks a little bit too white since the background is already white. The last step, I think I'm going to add a few little blades of grass underneath my bunny's foot by the tail and by the bottom of my bunny. Sometimes I just like to do a bunch of little X's, and then when I get over to a place where it's going to come away from the piece, I'll just be a little bit more haphazard with it. And there you go. An adorable bunny giving a cross a lovely little hug, a way to celebrate Easter and all the joy and love it brings to us. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.